Average Guy Reviews The Matrix Resurrections. So I came into this movie not being a massive Matrix fanboy. I liked the first movie, but I didn't think it was like the greatest thing of all time. Obviously, when I saw it as a kid, the action was pretty groundbreaking, especially for that time, and the story was pretty cool concept. But I don't think it's like the greatest thing to ever exist, like some people think the first Matrix movie was. The other two Matrix movies, I genuinely don't even remember anything about them, so they obviously not huge fans of those movies. But that probably makes my review of this movie a bit more positive because my expectations just weren't as high. But I will say the start of this movie is really, really bad. At the start of the movie, I could see a lot of people not making it through the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's bad. There's a lot of parts in this movie that are hilarious, and they're not supposed to be. One thing I can think of in particular was they're like, "Where's Neo?" Neo is dead, and it turns out he's designing video games, which I have a few video game designer friends, and that is hilarious. There's a lot of truth in that. The dialogue, especially at the beginning of the movie, is truly terrible. Like, I don't know if it's on purpose, but it's awful. I'm going to give you some of it right now. Afternoon, Tiff. The huge? I'll have a cortado today. Fly that freak flag. We have a major problemo. She's a total effing MILF. I mean, OMG. These are lines from the movie, flat out. And you might be like, "Oh, your deliveries, you're making your delivery bad on purpose." No, like that's really how it is. It's horrible. The movie, especially at the start, is very self-aware. Like on purpose, it refers to itself. The movie refers to itself, and not in like a really cool way. Not in like that's smart. Like, oh, that's well done. No, it's bad. The movie doesn't feel like a Matrix movie at all, especially at the start. Almost all of these criticisms are the start of the movie. The movie feels like a parody of itself. It's like Weird Al Yankovic meets the Matrix. One positive thing I'll say about the start of this movie is there's going to be a lot of memes that come out of this movie. So I don't know. The worst part about this is that the person that wrote the start of this movie probably thinks they're a genius. Somebody somewhere in Hollywood thinks they're a genius for writing this movie, and it's terrible. The start in particular is terrible. Now, I will say, as the movie goes on, it does get better. Once you actually get to the core part of the movie, I think it's a pretty decent action movie. But dude, you got to slog through the start, and it's real bad. Neil Patrick Harris and young Morpheus, pretty cool characters, I feel like. I didn't hate the actors for them. I think the young Morpheus guy was the same guy from Justice League, the evil Aquaman guy. So I don't know, didn't mind that. And Neil Patrick Harris combined with the Matrix. Like, imagine Neil Patrick Harris being in the first Matrix, considering the movies he was in back then. It's kind of interesting how he's like, I don't know. I always think that's interesting when you see like actors that you wouldn't suspect in roles and in movies that you wouldn't suspect. I don't know. I didn't hate that. Cool visuals. The action in the movie is not bad either. The one thing I'll say about the action in The Matrix is that it's still kind of the same action that you would see from The Matrix. It doesn't have that same flair as the original movie because the original movie, when it came out, there wasn't anything like that. And this is just kind of your normal, typical action movie action relative to the competition nowadays. Now, if this movie came out, back when the first Matrix came out, it'd be groundbreaking. But again, once the movie got started, I didn't think it was too bad, but god damn did it take a while. The movie straight up reverses Ben Shapiro's quote at one point, and it almost took me out of it. Instead of facts don't care about feelings, they said feelings don't care about facts. That has to be intentional. I damn near died laughing when I heard them say that. So I don't know, man. It's not great. It's not a great movie, but I don't think it's the worst movie ever of all time, like some people are pointing it out to be. Because I feel like once it gets started, again, it's not that bad, but it's probably going to be a movie you forget about. Like, it's going to be forgettable, but it's what it is.